So now instead of just running up the side of his body and wrapping around like that, maybe I bring my foot up on this side of his body, like over here, and then deliver my kick. So it's like super, super close. Here and kick. So I'm actually coming from this direction, wrapping my foot, and putting the head in the side. Like from this side to that side, that's the whip we're talking about. So you don't want to make it two distinct movements. Don't go here and then have to kind of generate the motion there. You want the kind of like, you want your hip to, it's kind of like, whoop, whoop. And that whoop is what's launching the kick back around. Awesome. Okay, another kick is kind of interesting is we're going to stand with our hands like this with our partner. We're going to make a yaku, make a spaghetti. Basically, you're going to bring this knee up, kick that way like that. So we're going to kick, and then we're going to kick, we're going to kick, and then kick. So kick, and then kick. So it's not just snap, it's push, push. So I'm going to hands up a bit, and just kind of kick like that, snap. So something like that. Push. Okay, the board test, right? You can use a lot, but not really. But you can, so now say you're just feint. So you're going to do a similar thing. You're going to actually feint the low kick, but then you're going to come back with a high kick. So another way of misleading your partner. I'm going to feint low, kick high. Feint low, kick high. So all these things are really designed to sort of like make him think one thing, but hit him in a different way. So it goes this way to that way. So that's the angle whip that delivers the kick. This way to that way. Okay, let's do that again. That's actually two very distinct ways of getting power. You can get power basically with a sort of a snap, you know, like you know, that kind of way of getting power. Or you can get power with a hush. So I can snap, or you can kind of cut through, like push through. Same deal. You can through. Make different feelings. Yes. So you can make the cutting through feeling. You can try this kick. So your body going to be really floppy and relaxed. And you're going to rotate on an axis here. You're going to kick through like that. From here, like that. Now you can stop it, or you can just kind of cut through. And cutting through is heavy hip drop. Like heavy hip drop that way. So kicking like heavy hip drop. So upper body goes first. Upper body goes first. Leg cuts through. Okay. I'm gonna try it. Then it comes across very. It doesn't want to come across unified. Actually, your upper body turns first, and it's your lower body trying to catch up to your upper body that creates the acceleration. So you might want to start by just get your arms super loose like this. Get your arms doing this, and then throw your arms into it. Make your upper body go first. It's a kick that's kind of made a lot of headway lately in MMA. They stick a lot. And I saw one guy teaching, and he said it's like pulling a lawnmower, like you're trying to start your lawnmower. So this goes first. But if you just think of this idea of your upper body rotating first, and then let your lower body kind of try to catch up to your upper body. I'm going to put it in there. But I'm going to do it super slow, but it's like that. Now when your foot is coming through, your hip should be just a little bit past it. If your hip stops and your foot keeps going, you get this kind of, it kind of dissipates. It kind of goes, you get this little thing at the end. I see you guys doing a little bit of that. I feel that. Kick, and then your kick kind of dissipates like that. You gotta let your hip kind of cut through, like your hip cuts through. It's the hip cutting through that's making the kick have that kind of penetration. Just like, you know, that has penetration. If my shoulder's ahead, my arm catching up, same deal. That cuts through. Okay? Let's try it again. You know what? I mean, I think I'd like to believe that there is. Somebody said this to me. Rick, everything is Aikido. I say, hi, sensei, everything is karate. He says, exactly. So, I mean, all the principles, if they're truthful principles, they will kind of bubble up in any style. Like, I mean, you'll arrive at that same place. So, this sort of relaxed, heavy going in thing might be a conversation a Tai Chi teacher might teach a student. You follow what I'm saying? It's just our form of expressing it is a little more dynamic because of the aesthetic of our style, but the inside kind of connecting heaviness, applying your center is exactly the same. And I would like to believe it's, I'm trying to, in my own personal practice, take all the borders out. You know, I'm not putting anything in a cubbyhole. Everything is just the everything.
And I'm just on the hunt for the things that are super, like, coalescent of truth in that dynamic. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I think that kind of your whole body delivering the technique, not necessarily just the hip and the hand, but every increment of your sinew is supporting the technique. Then you're really micro-cutting your body. You're really getting it down to a very intimate connection. Okay? Then that relaxed heaviness. And when I think about relaxation, I'm not even sure what that word means. I mean, we think about it as devoid of tension, but it may have deeper meaning. I mean, if you meditate on it, maybe it's just really connecting with the moment. Think about that. If I was totally, then what's happening? If I got a little bit of my own desire, a little of my ambition, my regret, whatever, it's all of a sudden that's almost like psychological tension manifests in my body. I want to hit somebody, I'm thinking about hitting them, that's why I get tight. But if I just, Bruce Lee said, I didn't hit him, it just hit him. Do you follow? I think there's, even though it's just pop culture martial art guy, there's a lot of truth in that. Do you follow? So that was another thought. Then I got to thinking also, Funakoshi said, deep kamai, for, the Nidan or Sandan, more natural stance for senior people. And every time I go to Uke for Satomi Sensei, he says, attack me with a punch, and I step back, and I'm like, no, just hit me. Please just hit me. Rick, are you always doing this? So, and we have this argument, he says, Rick, no more form. Those days are gone. You should have left it a long time ago. No form, just be. This is, of course, a very Aiki kind of dialogue. I would not expect that in a karate world. But there's a little bit of truth in that. And then I got to thinking, when we do kata, we take, we take a shape, and we hold that shape, and then we take another shape, and we hold that shape, and then we take another shape. But 99% of the time, you're really, other than doing kata where you're going from one fixed position to the next fixed position, you're really not in those shapes at all. Most of your karate, you're not in a shape. Most of your karate, you're just fluidly moving. If I'm executing a wrist punch, if I'm here, I'm here, I'm going to wrist punch, and then I'm back to being here. And then I'm moving again. Do you follow? So it's just these little increments in time that you're actually, boom, there's the shape, but then the shape is gone. And I think what that allows you to do, it allows you to move very congruently with your partner. You're doing Aiki techniques where you're like taking someone's arm and you have to move wherever they're moving, and everybody falls differently. You just have to learn to move with them. Karate people, when they first start doing technique like that, have a great deal of difficulty because they want to move in the forward stance. And it doesn't move. Reality doesn't work like that. Do you follow? That guy's long gone. He's 3 steps ahead of you while you're trying to move out of your next forward stance. You just got to move. But then when you anchor the technique, like here's 90 o'clock, for a split second, there it is, or there it is. Then I'm relaxed again. I'm back in that fluid state of relaxation and movement. Okay? So what I'd like to do next, can I borrow you? Right here. We're just going to stand super relaxed. I want you to think kind of a la gunfighter, okay? Just super relaxed. And imagine as if you had a bucket of water on your hip. You're just going to start by stepping and splashing him with the bucket of water. So I'm just going to be here, splash and relax. Splash and relax. And if you think of it, you'll start to dial in the movement. You're not going to fall into it because that's not as good as if you kind of descend and kind of get a little bit of a boost. A little bit of a push kind of makes the water go that way. So a lot of times, keeping these analogies in your mind will help dial in the correct action. But I'm just going to bend, snap, and then from here, I'm just going to, from here, just shift. From here, just shift. So for just 1 second, I'm boom, but then immediately I'm out of that space, and again, super relaxed. Okay? Let's just get that. Where it's coming from, usually almost a barometer of someone's higher level of skill. That's why I purposely said, picture the bucket of water right here. Now, it's not up here on your shoulder. The bucket of water is down here. So it's really hugging the ground and the feeling is coming off the ground and going forward. Not up to down, it's going down to up. Okay, the second thing, when you make that fast punch, don't punch with just a flicking hand. I mean, at the very end of that punch is the weight is on